Welcome back to First Watch. It's Will.
It's Mike. What's up?
This is the show that's part review, part reaction. Today we're talking about Raven. Hell yeah. Starring Burt Reynolds. This came out in 1996. So, not an 80s movie.
No.
But
it's Burt Reynolds, who you kind of associate with that decade a little bit.
Well, interesting fun fact. This came out the year before Boogie Nights, and that's really interesting to me to think about Burt Reynolds' career trajectory. From this, so I'm guessing this was like a straight-to-VHS movie?
I think he did a lot of these kind of low-budget, straight-to-DVD action movies.
Thriller, I guess,
so I think he did a fair few of these, and, you know, it's pretty, like, standard fare. If you've seen a lot of them, it's like there's some explosions and some action scenes. There's usually, like, a betrayal or two, and then... You know, that kind of stuff. It's not like a super complex plot. It's not meant for you to sit there and think.
It's very much like a 90s action movie, though.
Yeah.
Matt Battaglia, is that the guy's
Battaglia,
name?
who didn't know the name, but I recognized him the second I saw him. So I've seen him all this stuff.
And this is maybe embarrassing, but I recognized him from Friends. So if there are any Friends fans out there, in the episode where Phoebe is dating two guys, and one is a teacher and one is a fireman, right? And like the fireman is really sensitive, and then the teacher is really hot.
I think he's the fireman.
He's the fireman, yeah. And that's so like right away I was like, I've seen that guy before.
So he went from that to this.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And that was probably a higher point in his career.
Probably because he was one of the stars.
This movie really reminded me of Broken Arrow, which we talked about, which is a John Woo movie with Christian Slater and John Travolta and Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel, is that his name?
No, Howie Long. Howie Mandel. Howie Long, the football player.
Yeah,
Howie Mandel's completely different.
But so in that movie, you have like the two like mercenary military type people. One of whom is like the young idealistic one, and the other one is like the older kind of amoral rogue type
a little
character.
Jaded from all the stuff.
Yeah,
he's
and
done.
then you have them like on a mission where they're kind of at odds with one another, but they
still kind of like each other.
Yeah, they're like they kind of understand one another, and
the difference
this is very similar in that the two main characters in here are the older guy who is more of a anti-hero. Like he's not like a villain, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
And he has like a younger kind of like protege type dude, and they are mercenaries together basically. And then they kind of like split up. And there's like these evil senators, and everyone's after the same thing. It's like a MacGuffin device. Basically, there's like a decoder that everyone's trying to get.
Yeah.
Krista Allen.
Krista Allen.
Krista Allen is in it, and she plays a fiance of the Matt Battaglia character.
Yeah.
But it's very much just like a 90s thriller action movie. Like if you watched a lot of action movies, well, it's more. I would say this is more of a thriller, honestly.
I don't know. I'd say it's more of an action, personally. And the reason Burt Reynolds, like you said, he's not really a villain, it's because there's a bigger villain, right? In Broken Arrow, he's the top villain, right? There's no one above him. And in this one, there is. So it's always funny to me in these movies, like where someone does all these awful, awful things, but then they have a common enemy and they become like best friends, and it's like they just forget the whole movie. It's like, whatever, this guy.
This is not like. This is a movie that would have gone straight to VHS because it deserved to go straight to VHS, if that's a way that you can put it. It's not a terrible movie.
No.
Like I enjoyed watching it, but it's not a movie where I'd be like, oh, let's make a list of the 10 best 90s action movies.
No, this wouldn't be out there. But
yeah.
But Krista Allen's in it, and she's very pretty, and she gets naked, which is awesome for me.
That's what Mike was really excited
So if you like that, she's good in that.
There's some evil Iranians, I guess. Are they evil or are they just kind of nefarious?
They just want their stuff that was promised to them. It's funny to me. He basically pays them for this decoder, this MacGuffin device, 2 years ago, and then he's basically not received it. He's like, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to kill you. So this guy's clearly someone who with the power to kill senators, and yet he paid a ton of money and is just sitting there waiting for 2 years to get in, does nothing.
There's a lot of stuff like that where if you were, reading the script, you might think, hey, this doesn't make a ton of sense.
No. There's some cool one-liners, though. Burt Reynolds is a beast in it.
Burt Reynolds is so...
beast in it.
And Burt Reynolds is like... I would say like maybe 5 to 10 tiers above the rest of the cast in terms of his acting ability.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's... It's like almost like his delivery is like, but
down.
It's like it's almost like he's being facetious because he knows that the movie is not great.
It's a paycheck.
And he's just being. It looks like he's having fun being ridiculous.
Yeah, he knows he does like. Some films where, you're going to research the character, you're going to research the dialect, where he comes from and stuff. This one, he showed up, probably didn't read the script.
He just acts like Burt Reynolds.
He just acts like Burt Reynolds, runs around, shoots stuff, says some cheesy, fun one-liners.
And there are scenes like they're mercenaries, right? And if you watch
he's running like this.
If you watch high caliber, well done, well acted movies about mercenaries, they're moving in formation, and they're Burt Reynolds is shooting
you don't need no formation
and there's
here.
a scene where he's hiding against a wall, and he's just kind of like this, smoking a cigar, and
it's fun. It's fun,
it's
though.
ridiculous, yeah.
It's a fun movie.
But if you like 90s action movies, there are much worse movies, and you should check it out.
Yeah, have fun with it.